We're going to sit up nice and tall. Get any wiggles out. So one of the things that we, might kind of accidentally do is think to ourselves, it's time to get still. And so you get still, but then you get all stiff. And it's really important to not be still and stiff, because that extra tension is actually going to go against what we're trying to accomplish in yoga. So see if you can loosen up, and even if it's like a little bit of flopping around and shaking up, and maybe a few clearing breaths. And then let's connect the sitting bones to the mat. So you can start to kind of come back into the sitting bones a little bit, like you've got a backrest behind you. It does help to kind of pull the flesh of the bottom a little bit, and then you can connect the sitting bones a little bit more easily. So you just go through one at a time, and then you can see that the seat, now that it has less cushion, it's more sturdy and more supportive. And then we can stretch the spine upwards. And before we get really tall in the neck, why don't we bring chin to chest? Go ahead and drop the chin all the way. And then pick up the chin a little bit, but keep the head down, so bringing the chin in towards the neck. And then bring the head to center. Let's do this a couple more times before we find our invocation today. So dropping the chin all the way down, let the head go completely, the neck totally letting go there. And then pick up the chin a little bit, so now the neck is a little bit more active. Chin going into the neck. And then bring the head to neutral. One more time, dropping the head. Bring the chin into the neck. Head rises halfway. And then bring the head to neutral, but pick the chin up all the way. Just feel the neck arching now. And then bring the head back to center. Okay, so having loosened up a little bit in the neck, let's close the eyes, let the arms just be supported on the legs. They can be hands close in, or hands to knees. And now just relaxing through the crown of the head, down through the face, into the neck, shoulders, arms, chest, abdomen, hips, legs, ankles, feet. Take a breath in. And then again, relaxing from the crown of the head down into the fingers, down into the feet. A couple more breaths like this every exhalation, feeling the body relax a little bit more. Active, yet relaxed. Attention without tension. And then returning to natural breath and just watching the breath. Watching the breath. The mind quieting down now that it is fully attentive on the breath alone. Now let's deepen the breath, breathing in through the nose. Fog out through the mouth. Fogging in through the mouth. Closing the mouth, exhaling through the nostrils. Inflating and deflating consciously now with this victorious breath. Victorious because it helps us to overcome obstacles. Physical obstacles, mental obstacles. Any obstacles in our path, in our spiritual path. And so let's begin with Shiva mantra, bringing the palms together, eyes gently closed. I bow to the presence of the divine within, our true and highest teacher, that lives in and around us as being, consciousness, and bliss. It is ever present and radiates peace, lighting the way to transformation. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's bow to each other and to that light that is within all of us, that spark of the divine. Let's come down to the back for a little bit. So making sure that you have props on hand just in case we want to use them. Bring your knees into the chest and start to rock a little bit side to side. And let there be some movement in the ankles, maybe pointing, flexing, or circling in the feet. We're going to take the arms and extend them behind in a relaxed way. I'm just keeping the knees in towards the chest for another deep breath. And then begin to bring the feet down to the mat. Nice and slowly start to trail the toes forward as you begin to extend the legs. And then you find the legs straight. From here you can flex the feet. And then what we'll do is point the feet and start to bring them along the mat again and bring the knees into the chest. So we can inhale and start to bring toes to the mat. See if you can keep the feet together as you're going through and extending the legs. Then straight legs, flex the feet. And then point the toes and begin to draw the feet again so that you can bend the knees in towards the chest. Seeing if we can keep feet together and just going through this about 3 more times. Drawing the toes, the legs forward. And then exhaling and bringing them back. Inhaling. And exhaling. We'll take one more. And then once we have the knees in towards the chest, just take those legs straight up towards the sky. They might have to bend a little, maybe you have some tightness, but go ahead and start to move the feet. So you might have the feet touching, and then you can flex and point the toes, feeling the back of the legs lengthen and then contract. And then feeling the front of the legs also lengthen and contract in opposition to the back of the legs. We'll just relax the feet here and just let the legs stay upwards. Let the belly draw in, especially on the exhalation. So let's focus on that. So inhaling, expanding through the trunk. Exhaling, pull the belly in. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, draw the belly in. Let's continue for about a minute in this position. The position of the legs is going to help facilitate relaxation. And you can sense the arms relaxed behind also. Help us feel this, even though there's a little work happening in the belly. Just focusing again on the breath. Inhaling, finding that expansion. Exhaling, experiencing that contraction. So now we're going to bring the right arm out to the right. Now just before we take that left arm to the left, just feel this. So right arm out to the right, relax there. Left arm over the head behind. Now we'll just switch. Take the right arm behind again and the left arm out to the left. Doesn't change much, but just noticing how it feels. And then we'll take the right arm out to the right as well. And now we have arms to a T. Now we're going to see if we can start to send the legs, which are fairly extended, over to the right. So see if that works. Now, what we can do is press down into the arms to slowly, as slowly as you can, take these legs over to the right. At some point, you'll find a weakness in the obliques, the belly, and you'll sense that the legs start to go down faster without your control. So see if you can have them out there, and if that doesn't feel right, you can have the knees bent as much as needed. Now see if you can turn the head to the left and really press the left shoulder blade down. So it's a simple spinal twist, but we have legs extended, making it a little bit more difficult. And yet much more effective. You could feel this through the back. Let's take 5 deep breaths here with the head turned to the left. So now we're going to start to try to pick these legs up. So bring the head to center and then press into the arms, maybe palms down. See if you can keep the feet together and then bring the legs back up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. So now we'll switch and go as slowly as possible to the left, little by little. Taking legs, keeping them together, feet together. Needing to press into that left arm as you take the legs over to that side, watching the weak point. It's important information. And then once you have the legs settled over to the left, turn the head to the right, work the right shoulder blade down. Five deep breaths. We're going to push into the left arm and slowly start to pick up the legs. See if we can keep the feet together. And if not, just work with the bent legs. We all are looking for that place where we can feel just enough challenge, but not strain or tension. So we have the feet skyward now, the arms out to a T. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, wrap the arms around the shins, and then pick up the head. So creating a little ball out of the body. What we're going to do is take a big change over to a plank posture. And if you'd like, you can roll to the side, find your way there. Or if you want to work on some belly strengthening and also relieving tension in the spine, you can start to roll forward and back. And so you can have hands, let's say around the feet or around the calves, and we can start to kick the feet back and then roll forward. And we're just, if you're going this route, we're rolling quite a few times here, maybe 3 more. It's a good way to energize the spine, they say. And then we're changing over to plank, the top of a push-up, hands down, feet to the back of the mat, shoulders over the wrists. And if it's too much to be here with hands and feet down, you're going to bring a knee down. But see if you can keep at least one knee up at some point, or at all points, right? But you can change which knee that is so that you're balanced. Now we're going to take 5 more deep breaths. It's a quick change, big change. Let the head be in line with the rest of the back. Let the hips be as high as the back. And then we're going to lower the knees and come to child's posture. So you can take the knees out to the sides and then release down. Focus on the evenness of the breath, so your inhalation lasting about 5 seconds at least. And then if you can get up to 6 or 7 or 8 when you're not so active with the body, then strive for that, and then allow the exhalation to last the same amount of time. And to create an equally loud sound, audible breath. Let's be aware of the nourishment of this breath on the inhalation and the releasing of toxins on the exhalation, that purification. Inhaling, attentive to the nourishment of the breath. Exhaling, attentive to the purification in the breath. Now we're going to move into thread the needle, but we're going to start in child's posture and see where you need to make an adjustment. So let's begin by keeping the hips down on the heels, keeping the knees separated. So if the knees are close together, bring them further apart towards the sides of the mat. Then we're going to lift the head and just take the arms forward. So we have arms extend in the palms down. Now, you may need a block if you're going to try this, so you'll have the block close to the face. And then from here, we'll thread the right arm underneath the left arm and start to turn the head to the right, keeping the right side of the face resting on either the block or the mat. Now, if you're just almost at the mat, you can bend the left arm and create a fist with the left hand and bring it underneath the right temple. So check in and see what works for you. And if this is just not working, then you can lift the hips up a little bit. And so even, if the hips are fairly low, if you lift them just enough, you can get the side of the face to the mat. And if you prefer to go to where we usually go, take the hips over the knees, you can even explore. So let's say we'll be here for a minute. And so you can explore the difference between lifting the hips, lowering the hips. Finding a place where you can relax into this. So this is our minute. What we'll do now is go into that variation where we straighten the arm and pull the shoulder back, pull the arm back. So wherever you are, see that you can do it in that position, and if not, you'll need to make an adjustment. You might need to lift the hips. Straighten that right arm, straighten the fingers, pull the right shoulder back. So pulling the arm really back into that shoulder. Another deep breath. And we'll release this. That was a whole minute and a half. We're going to come to our child's posture with that right arm extended forward and the left arm extended forward. And just see if you can notice differences in the sides, the arms, the neck. And then let's switch. The left hand will thread underneath the right, come down to the left side of the face, make adjustments. And then we'll start with our minute of exploration. Okay, this is our minute. So now find your way to a position where you can comfortably straighten that left arm while the head is resting on something. Straighten the left arm, straighten the fingers, pull the arm back into the shoulder. And release. Take both of the arms forward. Let's shift right into a heart chakra posture from here. So slide up to hands and knees. You can keep the knees apart or you can bring them a little closer together. And then slide the hands forward. Keep the hips over the knees. Draw the forehead down. Resting the forehead. Now, as we're here, we're going to be moving the, let's say rolling the arms. That'll give a better idea. So we're going to roll the arms outward. You can feel this through the shoulder blades and the elbows in particular. And then roll the shoulders inward. So roll the arms in. Then the elbows will kind of face down towards the mat. So roll the shoulders out, elbows come out, roll the shoulders and the arms in. Take a few more of these, rolling in and out. And then just keep the shoulders rolling inward, straighten the arms, send the hips away from the hands, keep the forearms lifted. If you don't have support on under the forehead doesn't find the mat easily with the forearms lifted, then just lift the head for a moment. Maybe even look forward and arch the neck. Send the heart downwards towards the mat for a couple more deep breaths. And then bring the hands in just so you can get the forearms down to the mat, and then come all the way down to the belly. All the way down to the belly. So we're going to do a few things here on the belly to help strengthen the back. And let's first start by bringing the hands in towards the chest, having the hands right underneath the shoulders, palms down. And keep working the shoulders down for a moment. And then just relax the feet, the legs. Relax everything through the whole body. Take a couple deep breaths. The forehead is on the mat. Okay, the next inhalation we're going to start to activate from the feet upward. So bring, let's say, actually start with the calves. Activate the calves, activate the thighs, activate the glutes. Now begin to feel activation through the whole back. And now we're going to go even further by lifting the head, lifting the forearms, and then maybe lifting the feet as well. Once you have the feet lifted, spread the toes. Now we have the feet engaged. So keep drawing the elbows back and up. Take 2 more deep breaths. The belly can move with the breath here, and then the body will rock. Exhale, lower down. Now we're going to extend the arms forward. Relax the whole body first. So take a big breath in through the nose. Relax all the way through the body from the crown of the head down to the fingertips, down into the feet. Let's begin to engage again. So engage the calves, the thighs, the glutes, the back. Begin to lift the head, lift the arms with arms extended in front, and then maybe also lift the legs. Spread the toes, spread the fingers. 3 more breaths. And exhale, release. Relax everything, and let exhalation following exhalation. Nourishing the body on the inhale. Relieving all tension on the exhale as you also detoxify and purify. So now we're going to go a step further. Make sure everything's relaxed first. And then begin to activate the calves, the thighs, the glutes, the back. Lift the head, lift the arms, lift the legs. Take the arms out to the sides, all the way towards the thighs, and squeeze the shoulder blades back, and then bring the arms out to the sides and forward again. Let's do this 4 more times. Arms all the way alongside the body. and then forward. Inhaling, arms back. Exhaling, forward. We'll take one more. Take the arms forward and then release and rest. Bring one arm alongside the body with the palm flipped up. Just one arm. Let that shoulder hang downwards, round towards the mat. Now take that arm forward and switch arms. Now we'll have both arms alongside the body. Shoulders just releasing down, turning the head to one side and resting. Sink into the mat. Relax from the heels to the crown of the head. From the fingers to the crown of the head. Can switch the direction of the face. Nice clearing breath here. And now we'll bring the forehead back to the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, palms down. Push your way up. So if pushing through the hands is too much, then come to the forearms. And then lift the trunk, lift the hips. Start to send the hips back down towards the heels. Come back into your child's posture for a little bit. Feeling counter position to those nice back strengthening back bends. And just a couple breaths here because we're going to take other variations to counter and help stretch what we activated. Next inhalation, rise up to table. Let's take a few cat-cows before we go further. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, belly releases. Exhale, belly engages. Inhale, belly releasing. Head, tailbone lifting. Exhale, belly engaging. And that counteraction to the relaxation of the belly and then the contraction of the belly. So we can find perfect balance. We go to each extreme. Inhaling, relaxing, exhaling, engaging. A few more. I'm going to start getting into the legs. We've done quite a bit now in the trunk and the arms. Let's get into the legs. Okay, so the next time you're in a cow posture, the belly sunk in, roll over the toes, bring the toes to the mat, send the hands forward a step, and then lift the knees just 2 inches off the mat, just 2 inches. Looking forward. Press into the knuckles of the hands. And then begin to lift the hips all the way up as you send the weight back and towards the feet. Here, maybe find a little bit of movement in downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now let's go ahead and lift the right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring the right foot forward, plant the foot down. What we're going to do is keep the back heel lifted and start to bring the arms out to a T as we are in this lunge. So the trunk is halfway up. Just take 2 deep breaths. You'll feel strengthening here in the right leg. Exhale, bring the hands down, and then step that right foot back into downward facing dog. You might want to take it and lift it up again, and then we'll set the foot down. Next inhalation, lift the left leg up, and then exhale, bring that foot forward, plant the foot. You might have to scooch your right foot back a little bit, keep the heel lifted. And on the next inhalation, bring the arms out to the sides and really squeeze those arms back as you have the trunk halfway up. Feel the left leg strengthening. Exhale, bring the hands down. Take the left foot back, maybe lift it up behind, and then bring the foot down. Look forward, float the feet forward into a forward fold to the top of the mat. Release the trunk, maybe release the head completely. Now from here, pull the belly up. Pull the belly up. And pull up on the pelvic floor as well. See if you can keep these centers activated. These are bandhas. The Mula Bandha, the root lock. Uddiyana Bandha, underneath the belly button. The inner girdle. Inhale, come up halfway, lift the head, take the arms out to the sides. Exhale, release down. Inhale halfway, and then all the way up to standing. Reach the arms upwards. Exhale, palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. Let's roll the shoulders a few times. So we have hands together, just like this, and just continue to move through the shoulders. And let's release the arms down alongside the thighs. Flip the palms forward, standing tall in Tadasana mountain posture. Engage the thighs, pull the pelvis in, lift the heart, draw the chin in slightly, and just feel the 2 feet pressing into the mat. Feel the 4 corners of the feet, the inner heels, and the ball of each foot. Standing tall, just breathing 3 more deep breaths. Okay, from here, let's begin to step the left foot to the back of the mat and keep the heel lifted. We still have the arms down, the palms facing forward. Take the arms out to the sides. So feeling wide, just width, we'll say, this beautiful width in the chest and width in the arms. Palms facing forward. Now we're going to let the palms face down and begin to bring the weight forward into the right leg with the right leg bent. We're going to come into a standing balancing posture. So people call it warrior C, warrior 3. Either way, we're going to start to lift the left leg, and you can keep that right leg bent, or you can start to straighten the right leg. I feel like it's actually easier with the right leg straight, but we have to spread the left toes to be here. The moment you feel like you're going to fall, just take the foot back and then start again. Come forward. That left leg has to be active. The left toes need to be spread. The thigh needs to be engaged in that left leg. And then again, you might just come out of it and start again for fun because it's difficult, or for the fact that you're maybe about to fall. Now we're going to take a few more deep breaths, exploring. And then we'll start to come out of it by taking the left foot to the back of the mat. Release the arms. Let them relax. Maybe shake them out. Then let's take hands to hips and step the left foot up just a little bit so we can straighten both of the legs. We'll come into a pyramid posture. So make sure the feet are facing forward, both feet. They're not in a perfect line with each other. Otherwise, it's really difficult to balance. They're really hips distance apart, but they're also apart from each other along the mat. Now let's take the hands behind and find opposite elbows with the hands. On the next inhale, look upwards. Relax the toes. On the exhalation, begin to send the head and the heart forward. Let's set the right hip back, the left hip forward. And then begin to see if you can relax into this without getting lazy in the back. Every exhalation, letting the trunk release down a little bit more. The heart towards the right foot. Now at some point we'll release the arms and let them find something to rest on. So maybe the mat, maybe the leg, maybe two blocks. And we'll allow the head now to release a little bit. The neck relax. Maybe even look behind and bring the chin closer to the neck. And then relax it. Now as you're here, see if you can continue to pull up on the pelvic floor and draw the low belly in. Another 2 breaths. Let's bend into the right knee, walk the hands forward to step the left foot forward next to the right foot. Now we're going to feel imbalanced here because this right leg had a little time to stretch. Pull up on the pelvic floor, draw the low belly in. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach the arms upwards. Exhale, palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. With the hands here together, again, roll the shoulders. And then we'll release the arms alongside the body, palms facing forward. Engage the thighs, pull the pelvis in. Lift the heart, draw the chin in slightly. Feel the crown of the head reach up. Before we go into the next step here, if you can sense the sunshine, hopefully you can see some sun where you are in some way or another. Just allow this moment to be a time where you're focusing on this breath and that sun related to each other. Nourishing and recharging this battery in this body. Charging up through breath and light. And we'll go to the other side now. So let's step the right foot to the back of the mat. You can keep the hands as they are, palms facing forward. So right foot to the back of the mat. Going to get ready to balance here. And so we have the palms facing forward. Let's lift the arms so that they come to a strong T, palms still facing forward. Maybe sending the arms back. Feeling the chest opening here. The length of the arms. The strength of the body and the mind. And now we'll flip the palms to face down and start to come forward into the left leg. Where again, maybe we stay here to focus on strength. Or maybe we start to lift the right foot to also focus on balance. And maybe straightening the left leg, spreading the right toes. Maybe stepping the foot back to challenge the body or to reestablish the balance. A few more deep breaths, exploring. One more breath. I'm going to step the right foot back. Release the arms down. Let them relax. And then we'll take hands to hips, step the right foot up just a little bit, step the foot down, right foot down, toes face forward, legs stay straight. Inhale, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, about halfway down first. You want to situate the hips. Send the left hip back, right hip forward this time. Actually, we took our hands behind last time, didn't we? Let's come back up and find opposite elbows behind the back. Then we'll inhale, look up again. And exhale, halfway down. Left hip back, right hip forward. Engage the thighs. Let the body send down with every exhalation. Use the breath to break through the obstacles, holding this body back from lowering. And then when you feel like you can take the hands down, release them down. Keep sending the left hip back. Keep sinking into the left leg. Even if you're halfway up still, you can still create that sensation of letting go, breaking free of some tension. It might take you a little bit more time, but that's okay. Maybe at some point then, releasing the head, letting the neck just be there without any effort. Another deep breath. Start to walk the hands forward a little bit, bending into the left knee, and then stepping the right foot up next to the left. Heel toe the feet apart to come to a wider fold, taking feet to the edges of the mat, and just releasing into this for a moment. Pull up on the pelvic floor, draw the low belly in. We're going to come up halfway up, bring the hands to the hips, soft bend to the knees as you rise all the way up to standing. And then from here, heel toe the feet so they come to hip distance apart. Take the arms alongside the body, palms flipped up. Close the eyes. And the exhalation, relaxing from the crown of the head into the fingertips. And the crown of the head into the feet. Okay, so without the tension in the body, we can focus the attention on, let's just say energy itself, which enters into this body through the sun in so many ways, through the breath, through the skin, through the mind, through the soul. And let's just be that battery right now as we focus on replenishing energetically. And really filling up with that energy so that there's more for others, not just for ourselves. That we have that energy to share with others, whether in our thoughts or our actions. Feeling that energy disperse through the whole body, the different layers that make this being beyond the physical. And feeling that charge, take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Next inhalation, slowly, slowly, with the palms flipped upwards, begin to take the arms upwards. Let the head come back once the arms are risen. Pause here for a moment as you breathe deeply. And then exhale, begin to lower all the way down, bringing the arms out to the sides, releasing the arms down, lowering the head. And now we're going to come back into a table position. So hands and knees come to the mat. And from table, we're going to cross the ankles and find a seat and bring the soles of the feet together. So let's start by having the feet press into each other, the hands holding the feet. Then begin to pull the trunk down and get the elbows towards the inner legs. On the inhalation, push the feet into each other and push the knees up into the arms as the arms push back into the legs. And then relax the legs completely. Take a clearing breath there, and then inhale, push everything into each other once again. Exhale, relax the effort in the legs. You can start to push the legs down with those elbows as the legs relax to help those hamstrings. So again, inhaling, pushing everything into each other. Exhaling, just pushing the legs down with the arms. Once again, pushing in. And exhaling, releasing. Now we'll go ahead and start to let go. So we will release the head. Maybe keep pushing the legs down, or maybe release the arms. Release the shoulders. Release the head. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And begin to unroll the spine. Head rises last. From here, we're going to extend the left leg forward and then plant the right foot down next to the left leg. Let's find a little bit of a twist. So first, sitting up nice and tall, you can hug this right knee and then press the heart forward. Take the right hand behind, fingers face back, and let's actually just hug this leg. So we're going to let that arm come forward around the knee and then turn to the right. Turn all the way to the right. So if you can, bring the foot in closer towards the thigh and then holding the leg with the left arm, you're twisting to the right. And if that doesn't feel right, other option, of course, is to take the arm to the outside of the thigh and then turn. Keep lifting the spine and then twisting the spine. Lifting on the inhale, twisting on the exhale. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, switch legs. Right foot forward, left foot plants, left hand behind. See if you can bring the foot in and then give this left knee a big hug, getting tall and then turning to the left. Flex the right foot. And we'll inhale, come to center. Okay, now we'll take the left leg and extend it, right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale, fold forward, hands somewhere to the leg. Inhale, find length, lift the heart. Exhale, send the heart forward towards the left foot. If you can get low enough, then strive towards getting the heart towards the left knee. You can bend the left knee if needed, flexing the foot. Even if you feel like you don't need to, sometimes it actually helps get into the right spot. You just bend that leg and then you can sense the calf, okay, it's tight, it's needing a little bit more of flexion in the left foot because that's really where this is coming from. And then maybe you straighten it and sink into it. Another deep breath. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, switch legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, find length. Exhale, release in. And again, maybe you work with that bending of the knee. Keeping the right foot flexed, because that's where it comes from. If that's a lazy foot, you really won't feel much in the back of the leg, which is our target. Another breath. And we'll inhale, rise. Cross the ankles. Side bends before we get closer to resting here. We're almost there. Let's take the arms out to a T, and then just bring one hand down, the other arm up and over. Now see if you can just a few times take the heart to face down and then take the heart to face up, and let the arm move with this so that it's always overhead, opening and closing. And now we're going to switch sides. So let's rise up to a T, over to the other side. Find that nice bend first. And then begin to lower the heart down and then lift the heart. So we're staying in the bend. We're just changing the position of the trunk, really. So you're going to feel this in the mid-back. A couple more. And then we'll rise up to seated. Okay, let's work with the neck, and then we're going to rest. Take the shoulders up, back, down. Turn the head side to side a few times. Bring the head to center and then down and up a few times. Okay, drop the chin to the chest. Well, keep the chin in towards the neck, not all the way down towards the chest like we did earlier. And then just begin to roll the chin to the left a bit, then roll the chin to the right. Rolling a couple more times. Now when you roll to one side, just be there for a nice breath. Hold it there. And then roll to the other side and hold there for a breath. Bring the chin down, the chin to neutral. Now lift an ear towards the sky. Head to center, other ear towards the sky. And the head to center. Shake the head out. And then come all the way down to the back, where you're going to find your finishing posture. So we didn't get a a really big hip opener in, and we did do some work on it. So maybe a reclining pigeon, or even just holding one leg in, or maybe simple spinal twist suits you, or a happy baby, whatever it is. Take a few breaths on each side. And then making your way to Shavasana, final resting posture, corpse posture. Releasing the entire body. Taking the shoulders back, releasing the arms, palms up, releasing the feet, toes out. Let's tense up the whole body before we rest. So in the next inhalation, start to feel that charge through the whole body. Close the eyes tightly, close the fists, clench the toes, clench the jaw, activate the glutes, calves, upper arms, lower arms, calves, tense up the belly, and then exhale, relax everything. Once again, begin to tense up the whole body. And relax. This time really get in towards the trunk, so the belly, the chest. Inhaling, tensing everything up. Exhaling, letting everything go. Now relaxing through the whole body. Letting the whole body become heavy so that it's sinking into the mat, maybe even sinking into the floor that is supporting this body. The elbows heavy, the shoulders heavy, the hips heavy, the knees heavy. The wrists heavy, the hands heavy, the ankles heavy, the feet heavy. The head is getting heavier and heavier. Maybe taking one more exhalation here. That's conscious. And then now letting the body rest. Letting the mind rest. Letting the soul rest. As you receive universal cosmic energy. Still resting, but sensing around your body an energetic field that is absorbing divine, loving energy. Allowing that loving energy to enter through that field and through all your subtle layers, all the dense layers that make up your being. Feeling throughout the body, the mind, the soul. Loving energy. Pure light. And begin to deepen the breath. And with every breath, absorbing all of that goodness. Feeling replenished and ready to give and share what you have built within you today. Begin to move the hands and the feet. Little by little, fingers can make contact with each other. Toes might wiggle. You might move the lips around and bring sensation back in the mouth with the tongue. You might take the arms and reach them behind. Maybe even move the head a little side to side. And then bringing the knees into the chest, a little swaying side to side or in circles. Take a moment to come to your side, rest there just for a minute, or much less, but just feeling now the newness of your being. And then rising up to seated when you're ready. Okay, once you've come to seated, we'll have palms together. Taking a few gentle breaths. You want to wish for the world success and peace and self-realization. Through that self-realization is happiness and freedom. Freedom from suffering and knowledge of the truth. So chanting Mangala mantra for that wish. Svasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahi mahisha. Go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you. That is the same light in me. Namaste.